Dear student, welcome to my channel online Pathshala. আজি আমি পঢ়িম ক্লাস 8 ইংৰাজী কিতাবৰ lesson number 1. Lesson number 1 ত আছে The Prince of Panidihin. বলা আমি এতিয়া ৰিডিং পঢ়ো. It rained heavily all week. The swelling water of the Brahmaputra continued rising. Panic gripped Chitolia and its neighboring villages. Hogan's own village, Borgao, was not far from there. That morning, a loud roar alerted the riverside villagers. They realized that the worst had happened. The embankment at Chitolia village was breached. Horrified, they braced themselves for what was to come. In moments, huge waves of water broke into the village. The water rolled over some of the housetops. The air quickly filled with the cries and wails of the village folk huddled on rooftops of the changhars and the mad bellowing of the livestock being swept away. Hogan, a young man of 17, quickly grasped the seriousness of the situation and sprang into action. The village folk and even his classmates at Natipuhuri College called him the Prince of Panidihin. He's a brave fellow, they often said. Roman, hurry up, Hogan shouted to his friend. There's no time to lose. Get hold of the others. Where are Dambaru, Than and Abbas? Roman ran towards him. You know. Cutting him short, Hogan said, we need a few rafts of banana trunks. I will bring along my father's boat. We must rush to Chitolia. In no time, 5 rafts were ready, each one stretched with long poles by 2 boys. The fleet of rafts with Hogan's boat in the lead now raced towards Chitolia. The marooned had to be rescued in no time. By the time the people of Chitolia had been evacuated to the high ground of the school building, Hogan and his friends were exhausted, but there remained the work of making arrangements of food and water for the men, women and children sheltered in the school building. The civil authorities at Demo also had to be informed immediately. Hey Hogan, Narankai shouted from across the stretch of float water. Dr. Hatiborua and his wife are stranded in their hospital quarters at Kotiori, do something, will you? Okay, Norenkai, shouted Hogan. Dambaru hopped into the boat. We have got a job. He called out to one of his friends. Then he steered the boat toward the dispensary. He had a knack for solving all kinds of problems. Half an hour later, the boat reached the doctor's house. It narrowly missed crashing into the railing of the veranda of the doctor's house. The doctor and Monibaidev heaved a sigh of great relief. Step into the boat, sir, and Baidev. Hogan stretched out his hand towards Baidev. The doctor was helped into the boat. Monibaidev was greatly scared to step into the boat, rocking in the water. Somehow she was also helped into the boat. Two of the doctor's men also got into the boat. We have to go upstream for some time, Hogan told the doctor. The boat was now quite heavy, with 6 persons and the doctor's back, but it moved on steadily. Are you still scared, Baidev? Dambaru asked the doctor's wife playfully. She smiled. No, not when you two are around, she said. The boat took a U-turn now. It began to move swiftly with the current. Hogan and Dambaru altered the course of the boat to negotiate a sharp fall. But the next moment a strong undercurrent almost pulled at the boat like a magnet. Caught up in a whirlpool, the boat capsized, throwing everyone on board into the flood waters. Once again Hogan was quick to respond. In the semi-darkness of the evening, Hogan stopped Manivaidev's head popping in and out of the water as she was carried along by the current. An expert swimmer, Hogan dashed towards her like an otter. He caught her by the arm and helped her to keep afloat until they reached a mount above the flood water. The doctor was also rescued and carried to the mount. Dambaru and the two other men somehow managed to catch hold of the capsized boat that had almost been swept away. They also managed to bail out the water with the tops tied to the boat. The boys picked up the doctor and his wife and flung them into the boat. The crisis was over. Hogan, you have saved our lives, given us a new life. We shall never be able to repay what you did today, exclaimed the doctor, patting Hogan's back. Monivaidev touched his arm gently and said, Thanks, Hogan. Sir, Hogan said emotionally, you remember my mom. I had visited you in hospital 3 or 4 times when she had a serious ailment. Oh yes, I remember her. How's she now? How's she now? She's fine, by the grace of God and your help. That's wonderful. What do the people of the village call you? Some prince. The prince of Panidihing, remained Dambaru. You are a real prince. The doctor patted Hogan's back once again with a smile. The bright moon lit up the muddy floodwater like gleaming silver. The boat bends its way towards the school building gracefully. The doctor knew that he would be the only doctor in the newly set up relief camp, but with Hogan and the others around, there wouldn't be many problems, thought the doctor. Next video আমি আলোচনা কৰিম ইয়াৰ question আৰু answer